So just to follow up, the very first book that I took out of the bag, I don't know if you can see it, but the actual case, can you see that along there? Can you see that? The case is actually scuffed all along there. So these just came back from CGC. Look at that. I don't even know if this is inside. This is actually terrible. That's the first book that I took out of the bag. So let's take a look at some of the other ones. So this is the second one. I'm going to take a look at this. See how first of all, the case is. Yeah, so this one, I would say 9.4 is probably the best that it can be. Actually, I'm going to take a look at the other one. I think the other one, I could probably press up to 9.6, I bet. So this one here, I think I could press this to 9.6. I see some dings along the spine, but the back, I don't see any color breaks in the back. So they did a pretty, unfortunately, I think they did a pretty lousy job of, it's going to be very hard to see, I think, but along the spine, there's just little dings, but there are no color breaks, but they're still there. Those could definitely be pressed out. It's too bad. So I'm going to keep this aside and I might crack this one open and send it back in. So this Wolverine I think is okay. Going backwards now, basically. See, look at that. This thing is scuffed all along there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see that? You can kind of see it there. It's terrible. How is that? Yeah. So this too, they did a pretty shitty job pressing this book. It doesn't even look like it's been pressed. I don't know if you can see along the spine there. It's probably really hard, but I don't think I can get it to a 9.6 though. Wow, they did a shitty job pressing this book. Sorry for the language. They did a lousy job pressing this book too. So I'm definitely not gonna have CGC press my books anymore. I think that was terrible. That one's no good too. So this is the one. Let's take a look. So this one, like I said, there were fingerprints on the back, and I wanted to see if they could get the fingerprints off, but they didn't. I don't even know where the fingerprints were, but I gotta take another look here. It says fingerprints on the back. I'm having a hard time finding them. But besides that, this book was actually very, very close to 9.8, I think. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to go through the rest. If there's other things to show, I will. Okay. Okay, just following up after I've gone through the box, just want to point out a few things I found. So first one is this one here. You can see that it has been broken. You see pieces of the cases in here, so I have to send this back, unfortunately. What a pain in the butt. There were typos on the label, but I'm probably not going to send that in. Instead of first appearance, it said like 1 RST appearance on 4 of the books, unfortunately. And then the other thing is about, I showed Amazing Spider-Man 252, the scuffing on the back of the holder. You can see this one too. You can see that along there, and you can see it along there as well. So there was probably like 5 books at least that had this kind of scuffing on the holder, and I believe it's on the inside. I think it's on the inside. Anyways, it's not good. And then the last thing is these books, so all these books I had pressed by CSS, and they're supposed to clean it too, I thought. But this one came back 9.0 because of soiling. It said in the grader's notes, and it's because you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but there's some like dirt or black mold on here. But that can be easily taken off with an eraser. So I'm going to crack this open and resend it, unfortunately, and see what it comes back at. And I'm going to do the same with these two books. So especially this one, it's a 9.6. I can't see why it's not a 9.8, except that it's a white cover and it actually is quite dirty. So I'm going to clean that up and send it in. And then the other one here as well, it's the back cover. It's kind of white and it's not very clean. So I'm going to, these two don't have grader's notes. So I don't know why they were bumped down. So I'm assuming it's the soiling, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to crack those open and send them in. So overall, I'm not too happy with CSS. Their pressing, it wasn't great. I can still see stuff in some of the other books that I believe that can be pressed out. So I don't believe their pressing is that good, and they don't clean. Like I said, that Wolverine #1 that had the fingerprints on it, like I think the fingerprints you can just blow on it or put some little bit of steam on it and wipe it away with like a tissue or a cloth, and I bet you can get the fingerprints off. So I'm very not impressed with their cleaning service and pressing service. I have some books there in the queue for being pressed, cleaned and pressed. So I'm just wondering if I should contact them and ask them to return the ones that haven't been cleaned and pressed, because I think it's kind of a waste of money. I'm gonna have to crack some open, I bet, and resend it. Anyways, all right. So that's enough rambling for this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.